Yo, Leoric here. Today I'm going to be talking about a subject that is very dear to my heart, and that is are MMORPGs dying? Okay, first thing, if you don't know what an MMORPG is, I'll explain it to you. It's a very long word. It basically is, this is what it stands for, the MMORPG. Mostly men online role-playing as girls. It's not that. It really is massively multiplayer online role-playing game. I think, that's just a guess, I haven't really googled it or anything. Massively multiplayer? One of those two. Massively multiplayer online role-playing game. That's what an MMORPG is. Okay, that basically is games like World of Warcraft, Elder Scrolls Online, Final Fantasy 14, games like that. Those are MMORPGs. And they're probably the biggest ones because they're made by the biggest companies at this moment. This question is quite a famous one. And this is my theory with it as well. Why are there no more big MMORPGs? The first thing I think is MMOs, they peak around 2010, 2009. That's when they were probably at their best. After then, it's gone downhill because multiplayer has gone a lot more high in other games. Like, Call of Duty always been high, but Call of Duty and every other game that comes out nowadays has a multiplayer feature. So that's probably why. But also games like that and Dota and League of Legends, that was also multiplayer. That's probably a lot of people went towards that. They're a lot easier games to get into, to be fair. If you ever played World of Warcraft, you know that game used to be a lot harder to level up to max level and get gear. First time I ever leveled up my max character in World of Warcraft took me like 4 months to do it, and that was solid playing. That wasn't playing like half an hour a day. That was playing like 6 hours, 8 hours. Oh, how did I ever have that much time? But I was playing solidly to get to max level. I remember when Lich King came out on World of Warcraft, I played that game 12 hours a day to max my character first. I'll try to get my character to max level first before anyone else. I failed, clearly. There's someone beat me by like 2 days, but I tried. That was probably the most I was ever into MMOs. That was 2009. Well, whenever Lich King came out, I'm not sure exactly what year. That was like the last MMO I've ever got into seriously as much as that. I think after that, I've played other MMOs since then, but nothing as bad as that. Now, big question is, are MMOs dying or are they on the decline? Yes and no. MMOs, there are big communities within the games, the certain games, but it's not as big as it used to be. World of Warcraft is like half its player population it used to be, and there used to be a lot more games with higher player counts. Now, it's unless you're in the top 5 on the games, you're not gonna. It's the difference is like, say 100-something thousand to like 15,000. So it's a big jump difference. But reason is for that is other games and companies see more profitability in games like Overwatch, Dota, League of Legends, Battlegrounds, Fortnite, games like that. They make a lot more revenue and they require but less work. In my opinion, this is my opinion. If you think of an MMO, there are so many factors when it comes to it. For one, progression systems. Some games don't have a progression system. Like say if you play PUBG, there's no progression system in PUBG besides cosmetics. Once you leave a match, that's it. You don't return with that same like amount of gear and everything. It's also a ranking, but that's not really a progression system the way I'm talking. I'm talking about if you are playing World of Warcraft, you level. Once you log out and log back in, you are the same level you left. That type of progression system. Most MMOs use that type of format. And there's a storyline, and it also got to be massively multiplayer. There's a lot of factors in there that probably add up a lot of resources and development time into it. And this is not including marketing. Marketing is another ball game. But all those things cost a hell of a lot of money, and it's a lot cheaper to make a game that just requires a few just one thing, multiplayer and gameplay. That's where most games are going now. If you take, for example, Dota, League of Legends, Fortnite, PUBG, and a few others, but those are the main ones. There's no real storyline in the game. There's a lot of like lore with some of those games, but there's no actual storyline, so development is not needed. There's just not necessary at all. So cost-wise, that's already saved a hell of a lot of money for them. So they're more likely to see a return on investment from doing these type of games than doing an MMORPG. It's sad, but it is the truth. It is my theory of the truth why MMOs are not getting made. Now, MMOs, how they make their money, they first sell you the base game, right? They might have a subscription model, or they might not, or they might have DLC in the game. Some have loot boxes, and some have a lot of paid content you can get in it. Paid. A lot of them are microtransactions of some form because they need to make their money, which is a fair point. This way, I feel, can kill an MMO for it. Black Desert Online, that game came into a whole. You need a lot of money in Black Desert to get the full game out of it. I think it's like 400 quid to get the whole game out of Black Desert. Base game of it costs around £10, and to get the full game, all the side stuff you got to pay for, it's going to cost you like £400 to play this MMO. Black Desert Online has probably one of the best graphics I've seen in most games, but it's so expensive it's not worth it. I'm not paying 400 quid for a game. Period. For one game. But yeah, things like that, it's just no way of sustaining them right now. Unless it's subscription like World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy 14. It's not really going to work that well. There is games that do okay like this. Say, for example, Guild Wars 2 and SEO, which is Elder Scrolls Online. They do okay, but they have a lot of like DLCs and stuff like that there that make the game run, and they're run by quite big companies as well. So no one wants to invest in the game. Another reason is a lot of people tend to just jump in and out of a game a lot easier nowadays. Like say if you play Battlegrounds or Fortnite, these games you can just jump in and out easily. Now you're playing World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy 14, jumping in and out, it does take a while to kick in the mission. You have to get quests, you got to do this. You got to find a group sometimes. You got to do dungeons. Some dungeons can take up to an hour to an hour and a half. Raids can take a lot longer. So you tend not to do that type of game because it takes a lot longer for you to invest. The start of like if you play it now and go, you can just play PUBG and just running, take half an hour and you're done. And you got the most out of a match. That's our basic rundown is with games like PUBG. So time wise, it just makes more sense for a lot of people to go that way. I prefer MMOs than I do any other game. I've played MMORPGs since first I got into RPGs, then it was MMORPGs, and I've always loved MMORPGs. Right now on the market, I don't see any MMOs I'm really interested in. I was looking for one the other day, and I am torn because I'm either gonna buy Elder Scrolls Online or Final Fantasy 14. Elder Scrolls Online, what puts me off, I played it when it first came out. It wasn't that good. It's apparently a lot better now, and that's why I want to play it. Final Fantasy 14, it looks really good. It has similar mechanics to World of Warcraft. It's a subscription-based game, and that puts me off a lot of things. Because when I get a subscription-based game, it's like having a gym membership. You do it, you go the first week, and you don't go. So you're like, I'm stuck in this year contract. I know Final Fantasy 14 is not stuck in a contract, but that's what puts me off a lot of subscription games, is the fact that you're paying monthly. If you don't play that game, you're losing money. I could buy another game with a 10 quid or so. That's what puts me off it. I'm still torn. I might get it. I might not. And last thing, can this be saved? Yes, I think it could. I think it really could. The only way it could be saved, I don't think big companies are going to get back into it anytime soon. But it's mainly crowdfunding. Crowdfunding is probably the only way you can save MMORPGs. Say, for example, Star Citizen. That game is done so well with crowdfunding. It's taken a long time to kickstart, but without crowdfunding, that game would have not existed. Right now, it's in early access or alpha or beta or something like that, but it's still going. They still put in an update every now and then with the game, and I don't know if the storyline's released yet, but they're still going with it. Games like that, the only way for them to be made would be from crowdfunding. That's the only way I can see MMOs going. It's going to have to be fully crowdfunded for them to survive. And they will always exist. It's never going to completely die out. The thing is, the niche market is there. There's people like me and other people around that love MMOs. I love MMOs, but there's none out right now that I'm really interested in. Tell me what you guys think. Do you guys like MMOs? Do you hate MMOs? Do you think I'm completely wrong? The genre is going great, which I think is going okay, but it might be going great in your eyes. Or I don't think it should survive. Let's let it go so the stronger games can survive. I don't know where I was going with that principle. But yeah, if you guys have found this video informative in any way, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out. My name's Leoric, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.